Shakespeare, I think, would have had a great Substack. Have you heard of Substack?
Yes, I love it actually.
No.
No, I haven't either.
I haven't, no.
Is it a website?
No, I don't.
Are you literate?
I am not. It's in my bingo card for 2025.
What better way for us to become the experts than to set up our own Go Substack? Less talk and just do it.
Founded in 2017, Substack really started as a place for writers from all corners of the internet to flock and create content that they could easily monetize. Fast forward a few years, and Substack has 50 million global subscribers, 5 million of those paying to use the platform. Influencers and celebs are now on there, the likes of Pamela Anderson, Margaret Atwood, Lena Dunham. Substack has become a thriving community of writers and creators that share articles and opinion pieces on every and any niche, from gardening to gaming and even marketing. I wonder what my fellow GOAT colleagues know about Substack and what they'd write theirs on.
Tip for working so hard.
Thank you very much.
There's a tip for working so hard.
Oh, thank you.
Do you know what Substack is?
It's the Pope Catholic.
What would your personal Substack be on?
Cooking for infants and kettlebells. We call it kettle snacks, maybe?
Probably bagels, New York bagels and pizza. Thin crust, thick crust, a lot of sauce, not a lot of sauce, a lot of cheese, not a lot of cheese.
Books, like what I'm reading, my thoughts on it.
What are you reading now?
Inappropriate for work. It's a New York bestseller. It's like it's won awards, but it is essentially just about a threesome for the entire book.
I have a Substack.
What's it on?
I'm about to start travel memoirs. So I'm writing a memoir of all of my 42 countries I've been to.
CRM, email titles.
Do you know what that means?
No.
Mine would probably be Chelsea.
Maybe you could do one about running a business. I could ghostwrite it.
Now we're talking.
I wonder whether the public knows anything about Substack. Let's hit the streets.
Shakespeare, I think, would have had a great Substack. Have you heard of Substack?
Yes.
Oh my God, you're the first man we've asked.
I find there's nothing like Substack right now. Instagram meets newsletter, meets X.
And what kind of content are you consuming on there?
Feminist theory, really, and literary analysis.
My kind of girl.
I follow so many though. Leandra is my favorite. She has the cereal aisle.
It's just a really lovely place to customize as well, so I definitely think there has been a big boom in users because I've seen a lot of my friends, for example, start using it, writing in it.
One thing I'm still not grasping, if a load of goats are using Substack already, how come most of them aren't paying to subscribe to their favourite creators? Maybe Jojo can explain it to me.
Substack is so known for supporting their creators so in various different ways that reading and engaging with their work, that feels like I'm paying my time, I'm restacking their stuff, I'm supporting, I'm commenting. There's different levels of support. It feels very like YouTube. Everything we consume is kind of free to a degree. The exceptions of your streaming services.
So how are these creators making money on the platform? Of course, it's influencer marketing. Aside from standard paid newsletter subscriptions, Substack creators leverage all sorts of brand partnerships to generate revenue. A Vogue business story found that more than ever, girls are shopping through Substack in an attempt to break away from the algorithm. Sounds scary. Substack knows the value of influencer marketing. They even launched the Substack Creator Studio, a program built to help top TikTok creators turn their following into paying subscribers through video. To push it further, they offered a $25,000 prize to creators who could liberate their audience from TikTok to Substack. Pretty clever.
I have been writing on Substack. I started a few months ago, maybe 6 months ago. It feels like a creative think tank. It's kind of like a special place that feels a little undiscovered.
Is it not true that a lot more brands are finding their way into the platform in clever and creative ways?
The way that that's happening, that brands are getting more involved in Substack, reminds me a little bit of Pinterest. So Pinterest is another platform that I really loved for similar reasons: freedom of creativity, privacy of creativity, but also shared creative community. And brands have infiltrated Pinterest, but they've had to make their visual ads blend in with the existing culture of Pinterest. And so I think on other platforms like Instagram or TikTok or whatever, of course, there is some strategic thinking that has to go into it in order for the content to fit onto the platform, but it can be a little bit more advertising heavy, I think. And I think for such creative platforms like Pinterest or Substack, where people aren't expecting to see advertisements, the brands have to pay closer attention to the existing creative culture on those platforms in order to succeed. Once brands do sort of sink their teeth in, the culture could change from there, and I'll be curious to see what that looks like. But as of now, I think they're sort of under our thumb a little bit.
Thank you, Liv. Now, let's take a look at some of our favourite Substack activations with Head of Marketing at Goat, Jo Hughston.
So the dating app Hinge created their very own Substack called No Ordinary Love, and they actually brought on real Substack creators, writers, and real couples that had met on Hinge to tell their own unique love story in their own tone of voice. They also advertised it with an out-of-home campaign, having billboards outside of subway stations, and they even created a physical book of the best love stories and left them in bookshops and on park benches for people to find and read, and then hopefully direct them back to the Substack. So while this wasn't necessarily them working with one particular Substack creator on their existing Substack, it was a brand that actually created their very own Substack and then used creators already on the platform to populate it. It's about putting real stories and real writers out there. Another brand that's created their very own Substack and did it really early is Selena Gomez's beauty brand, Rare Beauty. They've created a Substack called Secrets. On it, they just do loads of kind of old school beauty tips, makeup tips, but they also platform other creators, other writers. They even have their own newsletter called Rare Insider. And I really love how brands are starting to use their own employees and actually platform them and make them a kind of creator in and of itself. A Substack called Feed Me by Emily Sandberg is the #4 business Substack, and Free People, the clothing brand, partnered with her for one of her Saturday editions. Super natural, super organic. They didn't request anything of her. They just asked to kind of be featured in an organic way during that Saturday roundup that she does. I think we're going to see a lot more of those types of partnerships in the next year, of brands embedding themselves into these Substack creators' existing content.
Before I set you off running into the wild to read all of our Goat Substack content, here's an overview of what lays in store for you. Our twice weekly Raised on Social newsletter, a monthly brand creator spotlight, and special Goat columns. So stay tuned, go and subscribe, and thank you for watching.